Lesson 4. Today, we'll master casual sentence structures using 3 tiny but powerful words: ang, si, and nang. As we discussed in the previous lesson, Filipinos don't usually start with a subject. In Filipino, the predicate, which is the action or description, usually comes before the subject. The subject is marked by ang for common nouns, like things, animals, places, or ideas. Si for personal names, and sina for more than one personal name. However, if the subject is a pronoun like he, she, we, or they, Filipinos don't use subject markers. Action word, which is a predicate, plus subject. Example, kumain ang bata. The kid ate. Bata means kid. Bata is a common noun, so we use ang as a subject marker. Now, let's change bata to a proper noun or a person's name. Kumain si Mary. Mary ate. Since Mary is a proper noun, the subject marker we use is si instead of ang. Now, what if there are 2 personal names? Use sina instead of si. Kumain sina Mary at Anna. Mary and Anna ate. Now, what if we change that again to a pronoun? Let's say I ate. You say, kumain ako. I ate. Again, no subject marker is needed here when pronouns are used as subject. Adjective as predicate. Adjective plus subject. Maganda ang bahay. The house is beautiful. Bahay means house, which is a common noun, so we use ang. Maganda si Mary. Mary is beautiful. Again, since Mary is a personal name, we use si. Now, what if we want to say, Mary and Anna are beautiful? You say, maganda sina Mary at Anna. Perfect. Maganda ako. I am beautiful. Since ako is a pronoun, we omit using a subject marker. Now, let's try with a place instead of a person's name. For example, Palawan, which is a province in the Philippines. Palawan is beautiful. We say, maganda ang Palawan. Si and sina are only used for people's names. So in here, we use ang as a subject marker. We can also say, maganda sa Palawan. It's beautiful in Palawan. In this case, in translates to sa. Sa is a location marker. This way of speaking is actually more common when describing places. For example, instead of saying, maganda ang Palawan, Filipinos would more naturally say, maganda sa Palawan. Maganda sa Pilipinas. It is beautiful in the Philippines. Level 2. Adding an object. Now, what if we want to add an object to the sentence? The object of the verb is marked by nang. For example, Anna ate an apple. Kumain si Anna. That means Anna ate. If you want to add an apple, we say, ng mansanas. We use the object marker nang. Kumain si Anna ng mansanas. Kumain ako ng mansanas. I ate an apple. Kumain ang bata ng mansanas. The kid ate an apple. Again, for pronouns, we omit using subject markers. And notice again the placement of the words. Verb plus si or sina or ang plus subject plus nang plus object. More examples. Bumili ang bata ng laruan. The child bought a toy. Bumili means bought. Ang bata is the child. Laruan is toy. Nagbasa si Mia ng libro. Mia read a book. Nagbasa is read. Libro is book. Now let's practice. Anna ate rice. Kumain si Anna ng kanin. The child drank water. Uminom ang bata ng tubig. Maria is kind. Mabait si Maria. Peter is smart. Matalino si Peter. I ate. Kumain ako. She is eating. Kumakain siya. So, to recap, ang points to the subject. Si is used for a person's name. If there's more than one name, you use sina. Nang marks the object. And when describing places, Filipinos often use sa instead of ang. That's the heart of Filipino sentences. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. Thank you!